Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about horror movies. Yo bro, have you seen that new Obsession? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I actually have.
Did you like it?
Yeah, actually I did.
Man, it was overrated.
Many minutes later.
Anyways, horror movies have always been my favorite genre of movies. So much so that I made my own horror movie. Shameless plug. Alright, let's transition from that awesome plug into my personal favorite horror movie, Halloween 3.
Yes, I've been waiting for this!
John Carpenter and Deborah Hill originally wanted Halloween to be an anthology series, but Halloween 1 did so well that the other producers wanted to bring Michael back for a sequel. So John Carpenter and Deborah Hill agreed to make one last Michael Myers Halloween. That's why they killed off Michael Myers in Halloween 2 so they could wrap up Michael Myers' storyline. But Halloween 3 bombed in the box office, so they sadly never made another anthology sequel. Man, I can't Now that I'm done talking about my favorite horror movie, I spun a wheel to see what I would talk about for these next two, and it landed on Creep. Creep is a 2014 found footage horror film, directed by Patrick Bryce with a micro budget of around only $500. At least that's what Google says. I'd say that's a pretty average-sized budget. I mean, it's above average, actually. But anyways, with a budget of $500, they managed to make one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Bryce not only directed the movie, but he actually starred in the movie alongside Mark Duplass. By the way, shout out to the best main character of all time, Aaron, aka Aaron. Anyways, all jokes aside, Creep is one of the best horror movies I have ever seen. If you haven't seen it, I'd go give it a watch. I don't want to spoil anything. The next movie we're going to be talking about is Milk and Cereal by Curry Barker. Milk and Cereal is also a found footage film, released in 2024. The movie revolves around a group of content creators who run a YouTube channel centered around pulling pranks on each other. The movie gets much darker as it becomes harder and harder to tell what's real and what's staged. Now that I've talked about all three horror movies, here's my synopsis and ranking for each one. Starting off with Halloween 3. The plot is an overall 10 out of 10. The acting is a solid 9 out of 10. Now we get to the weaker part of the movie. I'm sorry, but the pacing's a solid 7.5. With an overall rating of, drumroll please, 9.5. Now it's time for Creep. Creep's plot is a solid 8 out of 10. Okay, I know this is cheating, but the acting in Creep is absolutely exquisite. Mwah! 11 out of 10. And I'd have to give the pacing an 8, with the overall coming up to an 8.5. Now it's time for Milk and Cereal. The plot is a solid 6.5. The acting is a 10 out of 10. Outstanding performance from Cooper and Curry. The pacing is also a solid 8. I'd say an overall of 7.5. Great movie. By the way, thank y'all for watching. I am streaming on Twitch if y'all want to go check that out. I'll play a clip now.
Shut the fuck up! How are you?
I stream Siege, Dead by Daylight, Minecraft, and a few other games. If y'all want to hop in, it's Logan's Latest on Twitch. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great rest of your day.